Alright, sometimes teams just make really dumb decisions that I just cannot wrap my head around, and we have one of those in the first half. Penn State taking on Notre Dame. We had an old-fashioned punt-off. Two stout defenses were going at it. Penn State was going to have some good ones, nice little pooch to the 11-yard line, as well as a little 45-yard boot that would leave the returner regretting catching it. But there was one, in my opinion, that was just incredibly lacking of critical thinking. Notre Dame is preparing for their first punt of the night. James Rendell, their punter, heels on the opposite side of the 50, and the returner heels on the 10-yard line. Now, the old rule of football was, if as a returner, you are on a cliff, so if that ball's over your head, under no circumstances do you go back and get it. But we've gotten so good at pinning people inside the 10 that sometimes I hear people talking about, okay, maybe go as far back as the 6-yard line, depending on how many people are down there with you. But never in my wildest dreams have I heard of somebody be told, dude, catch it at the 2-freaking-yard line. Now, those might defend the call and say that the fact that he's surrounded by more fighting Irish than a civilian in the UK in 1920s means that catching at the 2 is better than getting at the 1. But let's do a little something called min-maxing here, okay? Best case scenario for fair catching it at the 2 is getting it at the 2-yard line. The risk, the min, is dropping it and giving the opposing team the ball at the 2, potentially a touchdown. I've seen it happen before, okay? That is pretty bad stuff. Where on the flip side, best case scenario for you letting it go, and probably a decently high chance of this happening if we're being honest, is they're getting a touchback. Now you're starting at the 20, 18 extra yards, where the worst case scenario is at the 1-yard line. So you're risking a potentially game-altering mistake to get a maximum of 1 yard from the absolute best case scenario if you don't catch it. I can't defend this type of play. Penn State is going to have to make better decisions if they want to win this one.
Makes the fair catch at the 2.